Hello, welcome to the Health In Show, an affiliate program of Homeopathy World Community. You've come to the right place to tune in and participate with your comments and questions. Love is the greatest healer of all, but sometimes, in order to change our emotions, we must take action in other spheres of our lives. We speak with experts in alternative and complementary health fields and hope you will benefit in some small or great way. Remember, you are wherever your thoughts are. Make sure your thoughts are where you want to be.
Good day, everyone. Today is October 28th, 2013. You are watching and listening the Health In Show, an affiliate program of Homeopathy World Community. We are here to educate, inform, and empower you to self-care and to listen to your heart. Do what it is that you know logically, rationally will be the best for you and your family. I want to thank Amnon Nissan of Nissan Communications for being our show producer and sticking with me through thick and thin no matter what happens on the show. And I also want to do a shout out for Dr. Deepak Sharma of the Orbits Clinic in New Delhi, who is my support system across the globe. I also want to thank all my friends out there on the internet, wherever you may live, when you visit Homeopathy World Community on Facebook or homeopathyworldcommunity.com. When you tweet and share what we have to say, when you go on LinkedIn, we're really all about social networking and getting that information, alternatives that you don't normally hear in the mainstream media. You get a different kind of message. And so we do want to empower you. I'm going to give an introduction and information all about Amy Rothenberg, naturopath from Massachusetts. And I believe she is on vacation in Europe. We are still waiting for her to call in. And the show must go on, whether she's with us or not. And even though you might hear, have a touch of laryngitis. But I'm here for you. So, Amy Rothenberg is the president at the Massachusetts Society of Naturopathic Physicians, the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. She's a board member and an adjunct professor of body-mind medicine, UB College of Naturopathic Medicine. She volunteers her time as a board member of the Amherst Survival Center that provides food, clothing, medical care, and community for people in need. So you see, people really do care and volunteer to help others. Amy works in a clinical setting with patients, specializing with those who have chronic disease. She uses complementary and alternative medicine, including therapeutic nutrition, botanical medicine, homeopathy, and lifestyle recommendations. And this is all about what our show topic is, utilization of all of these other methods in addition, as an adjunct to homeopathy. Yes, homeopaths take a case, take history, listen to very carefully. We listen very carefully to the client or patient's story and what's going on with them internally and in their life environment. And we see what it is that can improve all of that and enhance the body's mechanisms of healing. You can find Amy's publications just about everywhere. She writes and teaches widely. In July 2012, Dr. Amy began blogging for the Huffington Post, which really gets a lot of listeners, viewers, and readers. So you can go to huffingtonpost.com, Amy-Rothenberg-ND. She also is the author of this brilliant book, The Acapella Singer Who Lost Her Voice, which sounds like me today, and other stories from natural medicine. I'm going to have to look in here for something about laryngitis. This was published in 2010, and it tells the story of Dr. Amy's work through patient narratives. That's the beauty of being able to read this. I mean, you don't have to be a technical wizard to be able to understand what she's talking about. You will resonate with the stories and life situations of the people, and she uses very basic language. So she hopes that people will enjoy it and be inspired by the stories. As I said, her specialty is natural medicine approaches with acute and chronic conditions, writing and educating the lay and medical audiences. Now, until she comes in, you're going to be hearing my voice today, what it is or isn't. And I want to talk about what is driving the alternative movement. People use camphor, which is complementary and alternative medicine, for a variety of reasons. Patients have become more interested and informed about complementary and alternative medicine, CAM, C-A-M. As you know, people go to their doctor's offices and point to something. They point to this or that, and they say, "Doc, I think I have something wrong with my gallbladder, my liver, my kidneys," because they have gone onto the internet and done all the research, have done all their diagnosis, and they become their own doctor. This makes it a kind of two things. One, difficult for the physician to allay fears because the person may think that they have something that they don't have. A lot of people think that they have cancer and they don't have it because there's a lot of panic, anxiety, and fear out there. But on the other hand, people are becoming more educated and more empowered to say, I think that if I change this, if I get more rest, get off of meat, a meat diet, do a juice cleanse, drink a lot more water, get a lot more rest, go out and get a walk in the sunshine, and do all of these self-care measures, the body naturally heals itself. And then they can get over it. And I think one of the greatest things that a person can do is trust in their own healing power, in the ability of their body, mind, spirit, and everything to heal itself. Pardon me if I cough. Now, I myself have been going through a number of days of illness, and I'm just sticking with it, trusting that if I give it enough time, and it's not a serious condition and I need to see a physician, I will heal. And I also want to tell you out there, whoever's listening, and I'm going to get onto the chat. We have out there, I'm going to wave to all of our listeners, Mary Ann, Dr. Josen, Maggie, Dr. Bob, Amy, Snooze, Kavitha, Kate, is that Kate Birch? Amnon, BB, and Kathy, and Mimi. If anybody wants to call in and speak to me, I am here at 919-518-9773. That's in the United States, or you can call in via Skype at Computers 2K Voice. I see there are folks out there in the chat, and if you want to call in and tell me your story or how you have used something in addition to your homeopathic care, I would love to hear it. one of the things that, excuse me, that I brought up is that there are so many other viable alternatives, such as, and I need a little bit of acupuncture, Ayurvedic, biofeedback, chelation therapy, chiropractic, osteopathic, deep breathing, and so we could take a moment to really fully breathe into the lungs and clear out toxins. Many, many diet-based therapies. People have heard about the Atkins diet, macrobiotics, Ornish, Pritikin, South Beach, vegetarian, zone diet. And people might try them and see if they resonate with them. If that's the one that's going to help their body, because each of us is a little bit different. There are many forms of energy healing, hands-on healing, Reiki. Guided imagery is one of my favorites, something that I love to use and help others with. It's sort of like going into like the body scan and going inside your body, taking notes of where there might be blockages, pain, sensations. And when you feel that, recognize it. Your body knows that you're listening. Your mind knows, your emotions know, and you can settle down into a more peaceful place. And that's really where we want to be. We want to be in peace, peace with ourselves, peace with our neighbors, and at peace with all things around us. Even though we know, especially me, I am constantly listening and reading the news and hearing sad, violent stories, aggressive stories, corruption, things that are not a positive message into my psyche, but I do it, and it's my passion, because I want to be able to respond fully and accurately. I want to not ignore it and make believe it is not there, and go on to Homeopathy World Community Facebook and see a really funny cartoon about that. You cannot just simply change the marker. If it says that so much radiation, 3 points of radiation, is detrimental to health, and that's what the FDA says, and then you get fear, and the FDA looks at all the people having fear, they go in and they change the marker. They say, okay, now 22 is an okay amount. Why? That's a lie. It's fraud. And who is going to believe it? Are you going to accept that? In my state of North Carolina, our government has passed a law saying that the sea level cannot change. It is a fact. Sea level is changing due to global climate change. Yet, the government places an edict. They are not God. What are you going to believe? Who are you going to listen to? This is why I am passionate. Get your facts straight, read the science, and speak about it. And as I do every Thursday with Alan Phillips on Blog Talk Radio, talking about vaccinations and your rights, become an active citizen in your political arena. Speak to your legislators, write, petition, do whatever you can, and take charge in your own family. So I will go on now with my list, and I will check in from time to time on the chat to see if anybody is saying anything to me. It looks like Amy says she is using healing guided meditation. Beautiful. And sometimes people use the same one over and over again. I did that through my healing crisis. I had a tape, a CD, of sound healing that I listen to every day regularly help me to go to sleep, help to relax my mind, my body through trauma. Amy says, Kate says, Amy has the wrong time. Oh, due to daylight savings time in Europe. Okay, thank you, Kate. I really am feeling sorry that Amy may be missing the show, and we will have to reschedule her. BB says gluten-free acupuncture. Okay, she goes gluten-free. She uses acupuncture, cranial sacral work together. So what whoever BB is out there is saying, as adjunctive therapy to your homeopathy, you can use all of these things, which is a little bit different from what you hear normally from a classical homeopath, who will tell you that you have to stop everything else that you are doing in order to fully endorse or get into your homeopathic practice. What I have learned in my teaching is that if you're drinking coffee on a daily basis for 25 years, if you're going regularly to chiropractor or acupuncture or getting Reiki, whatever it is that you have been doing on a regular basis all along, you can continue to do that. If you wish to start something new, perhaps also your homeopath might recommend it if it seems like it would be something that would enhance your specific situation. No. So, listen carefully to your provider, to your healthcare provider, because they are listening closely to you and your needs. I think gluten-free is really, really a good idea due to the situation today of GMO infiltrating all of our foods. We don't know how it has changed our digestion, our gut, and our brain activity, our cellular function is all challenged and stressed due to the change in our food structure today. So that is something that all of you out there who are into alternative medicine are aware of. BB is saying EFT, thank you so much. Emotional freedom technique, emotional freedom therapy, tapping the meridians, giving yourself positive affirmations, acknowledging where you have pain, discomfort, letting your body know that you are listening to your body. Very, very good. Anybody can do it at home. Anybody can help a loved one with EFT. Chiropractic adjustments may be helpful, and the juice fasts, absolutely a big one. No sugar. So much is dependent on this sugar, how it affects your liver enzymes, the insulin activity in the body, the spikes in energy levels, your lows, your highs, your depression, how your fatigue. Cancer growth is dependent upon sugar. So eliminate that sugar. Reduce the carbohydrates. BB, you're giving me lots of feedback, and I appreciate that so much. You want to tell me who you are? I'll announce your name. You're telling me about meditation every day for a half an hour with mantras. Way back in the 60s and 70s, a lot of people did meditation. It was a trend. And if you've kept it up, it's been really, really good for you. Maggie mentions the blood type diet. I know that Dr. Adil Chinfalwala Kasim, cardiologist, homeopath, who did a year's worth of Blog Talk radio shows, they're all archived. Brilliant cardiologist, healing his heart patients through high blood pressure, diabetes, and all kinds of disease. He always does an analysis, blood type, and suggests to his patients which are the best ways for that person to be feeding their body, which is their blood type. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. I'm going to gather in so much love because I need to heal today. I've been on a road to healing, and I want to give a shout out to Manfred Mueller, the president of the North American Society of Homeopaths, who has helped me through a healing crisis last week. You know, whooping cough is at epidemic levels, and vaccinations is not going to be the answer, in my opinion. Viruses mutate way faster. They have the innate survival mechanisms to thrive, to change, to overcome anything that man can devise in the laboratory. Alan Phillips tells me every week, you know, Deb, they have in the lab, in the works, 270 vaccines now ready to give to you. How many vaccines do they think they're going to push on the public, on infants, on children? Right now, there's like 60 that children have to have before the age of 5, 6. It's an assault on the body. We need to strengthen ourselves with all of these CAM alternative processes. Rochelle. Yes, Suzanne, we just mentioned tapping, EFT. Rochelle says matrix re-imprinting with homeopathy. You're going to have to call in and teach me about that one because I don't know about it. Revolve around like a Ferris wheel. I'm not really sure what that means. Amy Page, I think that must be out there, waving hello. You're saying the fourfold path to healing. Okay, that's a set of books that she is using. Movement. Hello, folks out there. How many people feel awesome when they put music on and start dancing? Their body just moves to the music. It is so healing. Get out there and walk. Stretch. Yoga. Hold a pose. Other kinds of therapeutics. Okay, I'm going to do some tapping and tell myself I feel myself clearing. I feel myself clearing. Yes, I do. I feel myself clearing. I just did the EFT tap. Everybody together. We're feeling good today. No matter what we are dealing with, we are feeling ourselves. Amnon, tap with me. What's in your noodle today? Everybody, I feel the congestion clearing. Touch your thymus, everyone. That is the most important gland. That thymus, we don't really talk about it very much. That is your immune system that we need to get into gear. Under the armpit. You tap under the armpit.
I took a shower, so it's okay.
Okay. It's good. I'm feeling strong. And a little bit of hot tea can't hurt anybody. Kavitha, one of my greatest supporters, author of a beautiful book. And she says, and she just watched Green Med Info, Sawyer G., who is an awesome individual. He's a brilliant scientist. If you are not on Green Med Info, you need to go there, sign up for his webinars. Kavitha just watched his latest webinar. Turmeric, the curcumin, is your greatest advocate for your body for healing. Deep orange color. Take it raw, put it in your juices, sprinkle it in your foods. Curcumin is going to be your greatest healer. Okay. We have a caller today. Hello.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Amnon.
Hello.
Hi, Kavita Kukanor.
Debbie, I'm so sorry to that you lost your voice, and but as ever, we love you so much, and the way you speak, it doesn't matter whether it is your voice is bad. Also, still, we love to hear you.
Some people say it's sexy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Marilyn Monroe. You know, it's that
Happy
birthday to you. Yeah. She did that for Robert Kennedy. Yeah. So
Right.
do you have a message for us as a homeopath working in the clinic? Are you using CAM alternatives in addition to homeopathy, and how do you do that?
Debbie, I have very less knowledge in naturopathic medicines, but I do respect and I advise my clients and for the condition to use them. But as by myself, I have very less knowledge. And probiotics and other stuff, they usually take like along with the homeopathic remedies.
Probiotics, that's right. Because we want to enhance our gut. And most importantly, like I make homemade sauerkraut. It's raw, and it is not the kind that you would buy in your grocery store in like the regular section, because that is just salty brine. It's pasteurized. It's not the natural probiotics, the natural bacteria that you might get in your home environment. And so that's something that people can use. I would also recommend following Joette Calabrese, homeopath in Buffalo, New York, who is a major force in Western Price. And she's going to be doing a course all about healing the gut and using probiotics. And she has tons of blogs on her web. I love her. And you know, there are so many homeopaths out there teaching good information that you can institute in your home, just simple things. So, I sent you, Kavita, kombucha.
Oh, yeah, right, Debbie. Thank you so much. And I really like it, and really it helps in many ways. As you mentioned, it is on the HWC website, and I love it. And in fact, I do not take any alcohol, so that is like
Right, it's not
like
good to drink alcohol.
Cider. Yeah, that kind of feeling, but I really love it. Means it makes me feel good, but the only thing is need to make it fresh. So that is the thing.
Right, you have to keep it's alive. Your kombucha is alive. You are alive. You want to live in this dynamic dimension of our universe, not putting in dead fetal cells in your vaccines or whatever and thinking that's going to be the thing that's going to cure you, but living in harmony and symbiosis, whatever is benefiting outside of you, inside of you, and acknowledging that we are mostly composed of other, not us. We are mostly composed of this other bacteria that science today is learning about. I mean, when you talk about doing fetal implants to heal the gut for people who are desperate, they are starting to come to acknowledge that we need to live in harmony. We need to live in peace with our environment. And when we do, I think we will not be so much afraid. We will not have to fight our enemies. We will, in terms of this. Amy, are you with us?
Hi, here I am.
Hi, I am so thrilled. You're calling in from where now?
Yes, hi. I've been trying to call in for the past half hour or so.
You're with us now.
I am. I'm
Yay.
about half an hour east of... Oh, good.
Hi, Amy. This is Kavita. I'm glad to speak to you.
We love
Good
you,
morning.
and I gave you a huge introduction at the beginning of the show. So, and I've just been gabbing on about all the different kinds of alternative CAM therapies and just chatting. So please, I love to hear your voice and just tell us what you want to teach us. Oh, and Kavitha Kukanor has called in as well. She's a good friend, a homeopath, and she's in on conversation today.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good morning. I'm coming to you from about a half an hour east of Girona, Spain, in a beautiful little town on the water, where Paul and I are having a little vacation after teaching in Leeds in the northern part of England this last weekend. So we're taking a few days off. And if I lose you, it's because the internet connection's a bit shoddy and I will retry on a different line.
Yeah.
But Debbie had asked me to speak about using homeopathy and using other natural medicines alongside homeopathy and how that kind of works in my practice. And what I can say about that is that people who come to see me, some of them are coming because they only want homeopathy and they're doing other kinds of wonderful natural medicine work either on their own or with other providers. For those people, I will just do homeopathy. But a lot of people come to me because I'm a naturopathic doctor and they don't even know what homeopathy is. And they really just want me to do whatever I do, and they don't really differentiate among the different kinds of medicines that we use. But how it works out in terms of if I give a person a constitutional homeopathic remedy, what are the other things that I might use alongside that and feel comfortable using and not worry that they'll interfere with the homeopathic remedy? I think that's the question you were asking me to speak to when we touched base about this a few months back. Is that right?
Right. You said, how do you use other natural medicines along with homeopathy, because some classical practitioners, frown upon it, I imagine.
Yeah, right. And in my understanding, a person is going to respond best to a homeopathic remedy when they are well nourished and when the stressors in their life in general are not overwhelming. So I spend a lot of time with my patients helping them pinpoint and figure out what are the things in their life that are the most stressful. Are there any ways that they can reduce some of those stresses, whether it's related to a job or their living situation or their relationship? And then I will also work with patients to figure out ways that they can reduce the effect of stress by doing things that release stress. So I'm a big fan of exercise, everything from extreme exercise to just gentle strolling. I am a big fan of yoga and other kinds of approaches that bring the breath into the work. I am also very interested in having people eat the foods that we know are healthy for them. I could hear you speaking on the show a little before I was able to get myself on about using live and cultured foods. Love to recommend those kinds of things and good probiotic. And I feel like those are things that help build a person's reserve and person's resilience so that the homeopathic remedy has more to work with. I don't see it as something that conflicts with the homeopathic remedy. And in fact, what I would say is if I'm treating a patient constitutionally, sort of an overall kind of treatment that takes into account their physical symptomatology, their mental, emotional, more spiritual well-being, and they develop an acute physical illness.
I think that she might have lost her connection for a moment. And like she said, she's calling in from Spain on vacation. And her internet connection is a little spotty. I'm sure she will call back in. I think she is there now. No? Okay.
But there's somebody else. Who's there?
Do we have another caller?
Is it Kavitha still here?
Kavitha, are you there?
Yes, Debbie, I'm still there. Actually, when Amy dialed in, I said hello, and after that I heard some little bit noise, so I hanged on and called in. So
Okay.
It's me.
Right. So she reaffirmed just about all the things that we were saying a little bit earlier about using...
Hey, Debbie, while we are waiting for Amy,
Yes.
just let me appreciate you for just only 1 minute. Of course, you need appreciation for long. a big appreciation. So I mentioned in the chat very beginning that I'm very glad that one of my editor, she met her old friend through HWC. So that is really, really very good news. So our HWC is like more people are getting aware of that website, and in fact, more about homeopathy and other stuff.
Right.
So thank you.
Let me for all of those listeners out there who are just the general public, homeopathyworldcommunity.com, which is HWC, is a network of professional homeopaths and physicians, maybe chiropractors, acupuncturists, and nurses and the like. That is the social network. So it is a professional organization. However, all of the articles are open to the public to read. So there's a search on there that you can search just about any topic whatsoever, and I'm sure somebody has written about it. And I also like to put up the findings. For instance, salmonella, E. coli, there was an outbreak of contamination of broccoli recently. There are articles about that, how to do a good hand washing, sanitation practices, and along with that, homeopathic remedies that you can learn about and educate yourself about. Always go to a professional for your care if you have a medical problem. Us, we always recommend that, but we want you to be educated as well. I was just reading in Amy's book, the a cappella singer who lost her voice and other stories from natural medicine. I looked it up. It was about a teenager, I think. I was reading it last night. Are you giving too many medicines to people in your family? Less is more. And she was talking about whether or not people should have a home remedy kit. And she says sometimes, there's pros and cons, that you don't go ahead and give a remedy for every little tiny thing, because give your body a chance to heal. Once you get over something, your immune system will be a little bit stronger for that. However, there are occasions when it is time to investigate, and if you have your home remedy kit there at your convenience with like 50 emergency remedies, you're going to, have your toolkit right there to take and provide healing. So I recommend that. What else am I going to recommend? I'm going to recommend these full spectrum lights. They're called Indoor Sunshine by sunshinesciences.com. You will see, I think on this page right here, there's right down there, there's a 10% coupon, health code. Just put in the word health and you will get 10% off. I have ordered a crate of these because it was time for me to light up my house after 10 years of the old ones getting worn out. And I know, Kavitha, you've ordered 2 crates. I mean,
Yes, Debbie, I ordered twice, like 2 times, and of course, whole house.
For the whole house.
Like, came last weekend, and I was telling them all about the full spectrum lights, and they are very peace. You get pleasant feeling, and also it boosts the immune system.
Boosts the immune system. And they make great holiday gifts. And I want to show you what it looks like. I know it's going to light me up. Can I do it? Amnon's letting me light me up. So you see, this is the full spectrum light. It is white light. It's bright. If you compare it to anything that you have, there you go. That's me regularly. If you compare it to anything in your home, I had replaced with some of the store-bought, totally dull and yellow. You're not getting full spectrum. It's not going to be really healthy. And plus, these are, although they are fluorescent, they are flicker free. So folks who have get headaches or migraines from these type of fluorescent lights, this will not cause any problem. I want to also mention Qigong, healing movement, especially for the elderly. One of the main things about the elderly is their instability on their legs, feeling unstable in terms of supporting themselves. There have been research studies, many research studies, and I could do a whole show on Qigong itself. It is a still and moving meditation. So you might institute just 5 minutes of Qigong into your life. Stress. What can you do for stress relief? I would say that most physicians today say the majority of illness comes from stress in our lives. How can we reduce stress? So the use of, and if Amy calls in, maybe she can tell us, when we add all of these other CAM alternative methods, they are helping to reduce stress. Going to go back to...
Hey, Debbie, I have seen one flyer which says like 101 ways to relieve stress.
Okay, what does it say?
101 ways. 101 ways to relieve stress.
Right. I think that there are lots of lists, like the top 5 ways to reduce stress, you know. And if you, as a person concerned about your health out there, start just one small practice, you're going to see a benefit. And this is a completely new way of looking at health today. You know, how many times in the past couple of decades have you heard, don't do this, don't do that, stop doing this, stop doing that, and instead reverse it. Instead, add something positive. Do something good. Drink a glass of water before your meal. Just as you add something that will satisfy your body's needs, we are mostly water deprived. If you add something positive, the other things will fall away. So I want to thank you guys who are listening out there. Mimi says that Qigong is great. And I do have, somebody mentioned something about Japan. Fukushima has been on my mind constantly. Our oceans are contaminated. I know I'm kind of going off into another realm here, but for the health of your thyroid, hypothyroidism is rampant epidemic. Maybe add a little bit of seaweed to your diet. This is something I like, seaweed chips. They are not very expensive. If we can get an organic variety, I would love to do that. I think maybe, is that, no, that's not somebody calling in. If you wish to call in, it's 919-518-9773 in the U.S. or computers 2K voice on Skype. We love your activity here. Is that Amy? Are you back? Is Amy back with us? I see somebody. No? Okay. I thought I saw somebody on the chat. Okay. So, please take note, folks. If you're on the West Coast, you do not want to be eating any of the fish coming from the contaminated Pacific Ocean. Northwest Norwegian seas, the Atlantic coast fish are okay for now until you hear otherwise. Mimi is talking about iodine drops, detoxifying iodine drops to enhance your thyroid. You basically want to give your thyroid the iodine that it needs so that it is not getting contaminated thyroid and contaminated iodine. The Edgar Casey method is also something else. Mimi says the Atlantic isn't great either. Well, where do we go? If anybody has knowledge about the best, please inform us. I think that Norwegian sardines are okay. North Atlantic salmon in a small amount is probably okay. We're looking to enhance our omega-3s, flaxseed oil, wonderful healing properties. Sawyer G ranted on and on about flaxseed and the omega-3s. Amy says that the dolphins are dying in the East Coast and the shrimp have abnormalities. Mimi tells us that black seed oil, hemp oil. Hey guys, are you eating hemp seed? It's awesome. It's high protein. Great. It's very affordable. Sprinkle it in your soup, on your salad, on your toast, whatever you like. Hey, is Kavitha in there with us? Bless your food. Amy says, bless your food. Joe Sands tells us the organon of medicine. I don't have it with me. Anybody want to call in and read section 260? Any of the aphorisms that they know by heart? 260 to 290 about the true spirit. I tell you, Samuel Hahnemann, the founder of homeopathy, told us, remove blocks to cure. If you're living in a damp basement, if you're smoking, if you're drinking, if you have toxins in your environment, if you're growing your food and you're putting in railroad ties that have been impregnated with arsenic, you're going to be getting some arsenic into your food, and arsenic's in the water in many places of the world. Homeopathy is there to help us, but please help legislation to clean up the environment. Josanne, talking about axillary method. Please contact me, Josanne. If you are an expert in some of these fields, I'd love to have you as a guest on the show to talk about your wisdom and knowledge. Anybody else who knows, hey, Kurt Kemet, spirulina protects against radiation. Yes, I make my homemade spirulina cocoa candies. You know, you can use all of these natural things without the negative kinds of things that are done in mass production. Things that you really don't know what are in there, hydrogenated oils and other things that you really don't want to be eating. Sawyer G just mentioned something that really I blew my mind. He said that they coat your cucumbers and other vegetables with petroleum to make them shine and coat it and preserve them. Hello? How many people know this? Now, please, peel your cucumbers. It's really sad because the majority of my grandmother used to tell me, Debbie, your highest form of minerals and vitamins come from the peels of your apples, the peels of your vegetables. Our grandparents had such wisdom. And now, due to the mass production and distribution and manufacturing, we have to take caution in how we even prepare and clean and wash our foods. Get to know your local farmers, your local organic people. Get on a friendly basis. Become friends and produce your own organic garden. Kavitha, that's what I was talking about last night to you. That I wasn't in the kitchen making cucumbers. I was mentioning, oh my gosh, now I have to peel my cucumbers. So unless I buy organic, so that I know, and we get a massive crop of cucumbers from the garden.
I do not get from organic cucumbers, Debbie, and I cut it into thin slices like potato chips. So I do not peel cucumber.
You don't peel them because you get organic. You know, if anybody else out there has an idea of what to do when you get a huge harvest of vegetables, I know I put a lot of stuff, like I flashed them in a hot water and then I put them in the freezer. And I had an old-timey friend up in the mountains. She used to take the apples and slice them really thin and put them on a string and hang them up in her house and dry them. And then come wintertime, she would make apple pie. So is that and these were totally organic. These were just natural apples out in the field that she would collect. Other things that people are telling us, something that I also do, to clean my veggies and my fruits, I will put them in a bin of water and put some drops of grapeseed oil in there to get away the toxins. Other people are mentioning, what does it say? Vinegar to clean off the wax. I use vinegar and baking soda for just about everything. I just clean my bathtub. Throw that baking
Hey, Debbie.
Yes.
Kemet has a lot of things which he is mentioning on the chat. Would you like to read them?
Go ahead, Kemet. What does Kemet say?
There are a lot. Let me go from listening to the appropriate binaural beats allows you to enter a relaxed alpha brain wave state, and spirulina protects against radiation.
What is it against? Spirulina against radiation, yes. What was the other thing against radiation? I'm trying to think. Oh, I did a huge blog on Homeopathy World Community about sunflowers. Sunflowers planted out can clean the earth, can clean the soil. This is amazing. You know, there are plants out there that can do great things. Go ahead. What else? What else did she say? I don't know who Kemet is.
Yeah, zeolites can help remove radioactive ions from the body. And I soak all my vegetables in high pH water, 11.5 pH. It emulsifies the petroleum coatings.
And I don't know where you would get this high pH water. So we're going to have to learn about that. Something new to me. I know there are whole different kinds of waters out there. That could be a show in itself. Stone of Life. Amy Page says Stone of Life. Somebody put it in the browser. I'm not going to say the G word for the browser because I'm against them. Water filters. Hey, guys, if you don't have a water filter in your home, something that you need because your pipes are filled with stuff in your towns, if you're on municipal water, they are dumping all kinds of chemicals in there, and you have no idea what you're drinking, and especially high chlorine or fluoride. I mean, we have tons of scientific research saying chlorine is carcinogenic. And is that something that you want to be drinking every day? You want to do something about filtering your water. And I'm not telling you to get bottled water because I don't want to put more plastics into the environment, which has got the bisphosphenol A, BPA, causes hormone disruption, estrogen disruption, a massive amount of problems. Go to my hubpages.com, Debbie Brock, hubpages.com. I have at least 2 humongous articles about bisphosphenol A and the detriment not only to our environment, but to human health. That is why I think our government is finally banning bisphosphenol A in infant bottles. The only problem is they're substituting another plastic chemical, which can be even worse. Hello. We have got to change our ways. Do you see those beautiful glass bottles out there? Pick them up. Put glass. Glass is renewable, recyclable. You can do anything with it. It's a beautiful way to store your food in the fridge and drink your water. Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Willard Water. She is on Well water. I don't know what Willard water is. Another thing I'm going to have to investigate. Kemet tells us that the Japanese manufacturer Inagit produces a line of water ionizers which can produce high pH water as well as alkaline water, 8.5 to 9.5 therapeutic water. Okay, something we will have to look into. Of course, we want to give our body the right pH balance. Not too alkaline or too acid. What do we need? We're going to get an expert on this come on to the show. Okay, I'm going to go back to not too acid, Mimi. Thank you very much. That doesn't mean don't eat your lemons. Lemons, even though they're acid, they improve your inner pH. Lemons are beautiful for you. Okay, I was talking about different kinds of diets, energy healing, Reiki guided imagery, hypnosis, and you can learn self-hypnosis, massage therapy, wonderful therapeutics in massage therapy. Dr. Adil Chimtalawala Kasim has told me that patients whose heart is not able to pump and do the circulation in the blood for themselves, recommends massage. Get an external support system through that massage. Move the lymph, move the blood, and it's extremely relaxing. If you can do a cod liver pack on the liver, on the colon, great for removing toxins. We talked about meditation, movement therapy, Alexander technique, so readjustments of the body, posture, learning how to sit up tall. If you're hunched over your computer all day, it's not going to be great. I know Amnon sits on a huge ball when he sits at his computer all day long. Keep your body moving. Move your spine. Don't get stiffened up. Feldenkrais, Pilates. Some people like it. It's a little bit too stressful for me. Traeger. Other natural products. Progressive relaxation. Anybody can do progressive relaxation. Scan the body. Qigong, Tai Chi, botanicals, yoga. Find yourself a shaman. We have 1 minute left. Wow. Our show is really going by, and I want to let folks know. Thank you for also saying that they love the castor oil. What is coming up next? And I know that a mentor, a beautiful healer, homeopath, educator, a leader in the field, Karen Allen, will be our guest next Monday, November 4th. We're going to be into a new month, folks. She's going to talk about overactive bladder syndrome and incontinence. This is a problem, a great problem that people are dealing with today, women today and men. Leaky bladder, and what kind of things that you can do, including those adjunctive therapies, the CAM therapies, and the best homeopathic remedies. I'm looking forward to speaking with her. Thursday, I will be on Blog Talk Radio with Alan Phillips at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, November 3rd, turn your clocks back in the U.S. Are we jumping back? Oh.
Yeah, we're going to gain an hour.
We're going to gain an hour. Does that mean we get to sleep? Mm-hmm. Yay. Okay, get that 1 hour sleep. And so turn your clocks back. On Monday, we're going to be a little bit different time. It will be 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, Homeopathy World Community, simulcasting on Freedomizer Radio as well. And we talk about vaccinations and your rights in the U.S. This is a hot topic, controversial, and a lot of people are concerned about it. I am getting calls. Kate Birch, if you're there, she is the leader in the field of homeoprophylaxis. Please go to Free and Healthy Children International. Look that up, Free and Healthy Children International, and find out if there's a supervisor in your area, if you're interested in a different kind of approach to contagious disease and educating the immune system. Don't forget your light bulbs. And I also want to give a plug to Amy's book. Read her on Huffington Post. I know she made every effort to be here, and I want to thank her. We will have her back again. Who else do I want to acknowledge? Everybody out there who has listened to our archives. 2 years of shows. How many years of shows have we been on, Amnon?
I don't know.
2 years.
Not enough.
Well, we'll keep going. And I've been on Blog Talk Radio 4 years. 2010 I started. Nonstop. Lots of great things. All the shows are there. Like, I don't know if there's 500 shows. You have a lot of resources. So, I'm just sending waves of awareness, lots of love, and thank you for being my partner in empowerment and healing. Next up, 1 o'clock, that's in 1 hour. If you stay tuned to Nissan Communications, switch channels from the Health In to Breaking Free, Marilyn Shannon, a very close friend, will be doing a show on mothering, nurturing your children with a special guest. And I encourage you to tune in to her. What else do we want to tell folks out there?
Take care.
Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye, Debbie. Bye, Amnon.
Bye, Kavitha.
Bye.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much to Amnon for supporting us. Bye-bye. Thanks, Debbie.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Sundays, 9 a.m. till noon. Carrie's Psychic Cafe with Carrie Silkowski, Sundays, 8 till 9 p.m. Health In with Debbie Bruck, Mondays, 11 a.m. till noon. Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Mondays, 1 till 2 p.m. Lessons of Vietnam with NCVVI members, the second and fourth Wednesday of each month from 7:30 till 8:30 p.m. Reawaken Your Brilliance with Julie Seibert, Wednesdays, 9 till 10 p.m. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by ThatVidBlasterGuy.com, CarolinaApparel.com, and DeltaForce.net.